Some specific phones don't age well, and they start to show age and problems after a few years. The iPhone 11, released in 2019, is not one of those devices. Even though Apple is not officially selling the iPhone 11 anymore, you can buy them for as low as €300 refurbished, and they can be a decent alternative to buying a new phone in 2024. The displays and the notch on top make the iPhone 11 look a bit outdated, but still looks like a modern phone. The display is an older IPS screen with a lower resolution and not super bright. Also, the phone is 4G. Honestly, none of these problems will bother you unless you compare them to iPhone 14 or 15. In this video, I will review the iPhone 11 after using it for over 4 years, so stay with Tecmo to know how well my iPhone 11 aged and whether it can be your next phone or not. For those of you that don't know me, I work in mobile app development, therefore I own dozens of smartphones and always carry 2 iPhones and 2 Android phones with me. The iPhone 11 was one of the first Apple devices that I liked. I'm a Windows Android kind of a guy, but from time to time there is an Apple product that really catches my eye. I bought my iPhone 11 together with Apple Watch 5. Apple products are not necessarily known for durability or repairability. Even though in my opinion the second case is true these days, the first is not necessarily. Even though Apple has a history of doing shady stuff like shortening battery life, the Apple products that I own all held very well after years of using them, whether it was my laptop, watch, or phone. I know things differ between models and watches and even between different units. Maybe it's just my luck, but so far I'm happy with all the devices that I own. Most of them I bought in 2020 before the Great Plague. If you watch this much into the video, I have a favor that I would like to ask you. This is a small channel and we currently have fewer than 1,000 subscribers, which means I can't turn on monetization. Shooting videos and paying for Adobe subscription is expensive, and it warms my heart if you consider subscribing to the channel so I hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you in advance. I should say that iPhone 11 was one of the most reliable devices I ever owned. Usually, with other devices, after a few years, problems start to show. Whether it's hardware issues like components stop working, or software becomes glitchy or overheats. In 2024, the iPhone 11 is still working great for me. I'm not using a case or a screen protector with iPhone, and even though there are small scratches here and there, the phone looks intact. The buttons are all tactile too. Onto the software department, Apple officially supports iOS 17 for the iPhone 11, but it's a bit a trimmed down version of it. I am currently using iOS 17, which is the latest update available. One thing I noticed about Android phones is that after a while, the updates start to make the phone slow or create overheating issues. This problem happened to one of my Sony phones and also OnePlus. That was not such a case for me with the iPhone 11, and the iPhone runs smoothly. The iPhone 11 was one of the first phones that included more than one camera, and the quality of the camera still holds in 2024. What really amazes me about iPhone is the selfie-facing camera quality, especially when you are taking videos. You can shoot 4K in 60 frames per second on the front-facing camera. The display of the phone has a 60 Hz refresh rate, but because it's IPS panel and not AMOLED, the 60 Hz refresh rate is not necessarily a bad thing. 60 Hz on an iPhone still looks pretty smooth. Animations and navigation don't become laggy. This is because of great software and hardware integration that Apple can pull off, while Android devices cannot always afford such a thing. The battery life was not great to begin with, and after 4 years you start to see that the phone won't hold battery for a whole day. Unfortunately, it is not super easy to change the battery of iPhones by yourself. Hence, if you plan to buy a second-hand iPhone, I suggest that you buy it refurbished. Also, make sure you buy the iPhone with a battery manufactured by Apple. Otherwise, you will constantly see a warning that tells you that the battery is not original, which can get annoying after some time. All in, if you are tight on the budget, or you don't want to ruin the planet by buying a new phone, or you want to buy a new phone for your kid, buy an iPhone 11. You can buy the iPhone 11 from refurbished retail stores. Probably buying a budget Android phone will give you a better bang for your buck, but you won't get all the benefits of being in the Apple ecosystem like AirDrop or iMessage. I think in 2024, iPhone 12 and iPhone 13 can also be good alternative, especially because Apple officially sell them refurbished in their website. Please let me know in the comments what your experience with the iPhone 11 is, or buying refurbished products is a good thing. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell, and until the next one, bye!